want you to deal with your problems by becoming rich.
You know, this thing called life coaching could be a scam.
And pushing yourself along and dragging yourself up and not having enough money and not.
You ask yourself, when someone says that they are a life coach, how many lives exactly have they lived for them to be able to coach you about your own life? See? So it doesn't make sense to most people. But you know, I want to save you a ton of time and possibly a ton of money, because what I'm about to share with you is something which is going to transform your life. As far as life coaching, as far as this motivational speaking, as far as mentorship is concerned, I've been into mentorship programs or mentorship business, we can call it business, or mentorship industry, or mentorship activities. Let me put it like that. Yeah, I've been into mentorship activities for the past 12 years. One thing that I have learned through the mentorship programs is that what we call mentorship is not exactly someone telling you how to live your life. It's not someone who has some magical wisdom, some magical nuggets of wisdom that they are going to tell you and then magically your life is going to change. No. What mentorship is actually, it is someone trying to identify the skills, the talents, the qualities that you have inside you, and then help you to harness those skills, those talents, those qualities that you have, so that you can become the better version of yourself. And the reason I'm saying this is because solutions will rarely come from outside. Most of the time, solutions come from within. And what happens is that, you know, somehow how God created human beings, most of the solutions you need actually are trapped inside you. So a so-called life coach or a so-called mentor is a person who is able to help you deploy your talents, to help you deploy those solutions that are trapped inside, so that you can become a better version of yourself, so that you can add value to yourself and add value possibly or probably to the people who surround you. Because when you listen to most of these mentors or these life coaches or these motivational speakers, you will hear it's all about get rich, get money, make the bag.
I want you to deal with your problems by becoming rich.
You know, it's all about you. Okay, fine. So you get $1 billion, then what? You get $10 million, then what? You buy a mansion, then what? Because at the end of the day, you add value to yourself so that you can be able to help or add value to other people. And by the way, you can only make money by adding value to people. So a true mentor, a true coach is a person who's going to help you deploy yourself, deploy your talents, deploy your abilities, deploy your hidden or your secret qualities, so that you can create value for yourself and create value for others. So now, having said that, what I wanted to say, basically what I believe is going to be so liberating today is this. If you can be able to learn the right lesson at the right time, if you can be able to learn the right lessons at the right time, your life is going to be on a very straight path, and you may not even need actually to see a coach or a mentor or a counselor or a therapist, because most of the time, of course, when we are looking for coaches and the counselors and therapists, it is after things have gone haywire. You know, you don't know, you're very confused, you're so frustrated, things are exploding everywhere, left, right, center, your life is in disarray, and then that's when you start looking for someone who can guide you, or someone who can help you, or someone who can give you ideas. But what I'm saying today is, if you can manage to learn the right lesson at the right time, you will not need to seek either guidance or life coaching or whatever, any of these things. But then the question comes, how do you learn a lesson? What kind of lessons, and how do you learn them exactly, and from whom? Because you're talking about, okay, you don't need a coach, you don't need a motivational speaker, you don't need. Where do you learn these lessons? And there are 3 ways of learning. And before I even mention the 3 ways of learning, I want you to understand that learning in this life is a must. Everybody learns. Even you will learn. Whether you like it or not, lessons of this life must be learned. So there are 3 ways of learning them. The first way of learning, you are taught by your parents. Your parents, God has put them there, or nature, the natural order has put your parents there for them to guide you from the day you are born to the day you become independent. But now you can say, okay, so what if I don't learn from my parents? What if my parents cannot teach me? What if I don't even have parents? Because there's some people who have no parents. There's some people who grew up in a foster home or in a foster care. There's some people whose parents died when they were very young and they were left with the relatives, or probably they were left to fend for themselves. And there are these people maybe whose parents are very busy and you cannot afford to teach them anything, which is a problem. By the way, if you are a parent and you cannot create time for your children, you must answer the question, why are you a parent if you cannot attend to your child? But yes, there are people who may not be able to learn from their natural or their biological parents. So what happens to those kind of people? Like I said, if you're one of those people, don't worry. Lessons must be learned and the lessons must be taught. So what's going to happen? You will learn from the community that surrounds you. Where I come from, they say that a child is the community's property. No parent, no one person can own a child. If a child is born, that is the property of the community. And this is why, by the way, back in the day, before digitalization and globalization, before the world became what it is today, if you misbehaved in the market, if you misbehaved on the road, any grown-up had the right to take you and reprimand you and sometimes even cane you and give you a couple of slaps on your buttocks. But today, of course, that is child abuse, that is assault, that's a hate crime. It is what it is. The world has changed. So what I'm saying is that if you have no parents, you cannot learn from your parents. You're supposed to learn from the community that surrounds you. And how do you learn from the community? Who is the community? And this is how you learn. Of course, you must listen to the elders. You must listen to people who are grown-ups. If they are making sense to you, listen to them. But if you cannot listen, you can also learn by observation. You should observe what is happening around you. You should look at the people who are failing in your community and learn a lesson, not to follow the route they have followed for them to fail. If you see someone who's succeeding, basically observe bad examples and avoid them. Observe good examples and follow them. That's how you learn from the community. And I remember this saying, there's this saying that someone told me when I was young, and this saying actually helped me a lot. The saying goes like this: you should learn from other people's mistakes because you may not live longer to make them all. Why? Because some of the mistakes, when you make them, it's over for you. Some of the mistakes you make, let's say for example you are drunk and then you jump from the top of a building, from the top of a story building, it's over. Even if by some miracle you survive, I believe that you will survive minus some bones. Okay, so learn from people's mistakes because you may not live long enough to make all those mistakes for yourself. So we learn from the community. But now, granted, there are some people who do not learn no matter what happens. There are some people you tell them, please, you are following so and so examples, and you can see how they ended up. So there are people who are stubborn, who will not learn from their parents, who will not learn from the community. Where do they learn? And this is where teacher number 3 comes in. When you cannot learn from your parents and from your community, actually you are handed over to the world. Something we call the world takes over. There's a saying in my language that he who is not taught by his mother or father will be taught by the world. And my friend, if you find yourself being handed over to be taught by the world, you must know that things will be real tough for you, because the world is so cruel. The world is a very cruel teacher, because the learning you get from the world is the most painful. The world has no love, it has no patience, it has no affection for you. See, when your father is reprimanding you or rebuking you, they rebuke you from a point of love. They rebuke you from a point of affection. They're saying, oh my baby, please don't do this. Even if they put up a very strong and stone face when they are talking to you, they still have that love. But you see, the world has no love. The world has no chill. The world does not care. The world does not want to know. No patience, no love, no affection. And when you are learning from the world, you learn through blood, sweat, and tears. It is excruciating. It is frustrating. It is pain all the way. Pain from morning, pain from Monday, pain to Monday. Pain from morning, pain to evening, pain every day, pain all day. Actually, when you are handed over to be taught by the world, you become those examples you are talking about, the examples that people should not follow. Actually, now you become the bad example that children are taught in the community. Please see what is happening to so and so. Now, when people are saying, you see what is happening to so and so, that's how you know you messed up big time and the world is really working on you, because the world is merciless and ruthless. So please do everything you can and do not end up being taught by teacher number 3. Teacher number 3 is a terrible teacher. So regardless of where you are in life, if you can learn a lesson today from where you are, from the things you're going through, please ensure that you learn that lesson very quickly before things escalate and you end up in places where you will regret. So now, as I finish, I want to say this. So when you hear about life coaching, this person is a life coach, this person is a motivational speaker, this one is a mentor, the way most of us claim to be, I want you to understand that the best life coach is your life. The best life coach is life. And because everybody has their own life and you have your life, make sure you learn from your life, because life is the best life coach. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have watched the end, thank you so much. Let me just ask you maybe to like and subscribe to this channel as you're trying to grow this community, as you're trying to grow this platform. And if you have learned something from this video, I want to encourage you to share with a friend or share with someone you know who can benefit something from this video. Also, if it's not a bother, if you have time, just to go in the comment section, tell us what you think. What do you think about life coaching? What do you think about motivational speakers? Are they all scammers, or probably do some of them make sense? Please tell us in the comment section, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.